Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you're here. My name is Alyssa and this channel is about the law of attraction, building self-empowerment, and conquering limiting self-beliefs. So be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the bell icon, that way you don't miss when I upload next. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, of course, so that YouTube sends this video out for other people to see it. Share it if you feel like it could be useful to other people, and leave me a comment down below. Today, I'll be continuing my lessons on 12 divine laws of the universe, and we are moving right along with law number 7, the law of cause and effect. So the law of cause and effect, quite simply, states that everything that happens in this world is a result of a direct cause. Nothing is coincidence. Everything happens for a very specific reason or reasons. We can't always see or perceive the reasons, but there's never something that just happens just because it was something to do. There's always a cause for any effect, negative or positive, that we may be experiencing. And believe it or not, the effects of a lot of these causes are actually predictable. We can predict most of the outcomes in our lives if we just become more aware and mindful of how we're feeling about certain things. Remember that everything that happens in life is a reflection of how you feel on the inside. Life is like a mirror, right? How you feel about yourself and your life is the reflection that you're going to get back in your outer experience. Cause and effect. Change your inner reality for the better, and you will get a better reflection. Become aware of how you're feeling so that you can start the process of wiring in new beliefs for yourself. The reason I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this law is because I walked through life completely asleep, unaware of how I was feeling about the things in my life and wondering why I kept attracting more of the negative. So I started paying attention to my emotions towards my career, finances, love life, and became aware of why I wasn't attracting things that would make me happier. If there are things that are in your life that you don't want in your life, it's not just here to annoy you. Something inside of you welcomed that thing, person, or experience, and it's most likely subconscious. And the subconscious, as you may know, and as I've mentioned 800 times on this channel now, your subconscious runs about 95% of your life. Once you're aware of the reason that things keep happening the way that they do, you can then recognize your patterns and change them. Awareness is power, but it starts with you. Sadly, a lot of us are not in the habit of checking in with ourselves and following our intuition. And that's actually the perfect segue into my first example of the law of cause and effect. Cause. We weren't taught to pay attention and or follow our own emotions or intuition. Effect. We attract things that we don't want in our life experience and ask the universe why it's doing these awful things to us. A lot of us were taught that there are certain emotions that we can't or shouldn't show. We were conditioned to believe that putting ourselves first is selfish. Not only that, we feel like we have to be perfect humans all the time. Who told us that we have to do that? So many people think that it's wrong to be angry or upset, so we suppress and bury these emotions inside of us and rarely let them out to play. This is a big people pleaser problem, so if you're a people pleaser, this may resonate. So if we're training ourselves not to express our emotions, how can we know when something isn't working for us in life? We need negative emotions too. We need to feel that contrast and know when we're not happy with something so that we can change it. Remember, changing from within will then affect your reflection or outer experience. A lot of people were also brought up thinking that life is full of obligations and we just have to spend our lives doing things that really don't make us happy. Well, where's the fun in that? What's the point in that? Another example, I grew up wanting to be an actress, and I never really pursued it because subconsciously I always thought that I would fail. And that's in large part due to people telling me that it's too difficult to make it, that I wouldn't stand out, and that I would still have to go to college and get a backup career because very few people make it in the entertainment industry. So I believed all that, and I went to auditions with a scarcity mindset, telling myself that there are only so many roles that all the actresses can get, and that the competition was just too fierce. So that caused me to block a lot of opportunities that I couldn't even see. Don't get me wrong, I have zero regrets, especially now that we're all pretty much aware of the shenanigans that go on in Hollywood. And not to stay on the topic of me for too long, but some of you know a little bit about my story, but I missed a lot of school growing up because I was sick a lot. So I always fell behind in my classes, and I just grew up thinking that I just wasn't smart. And I'm realizing a lot of people have that issue too. Too many people doubt their intelligence. So the idea of going to college after high school freaked me out because my subconscious was reminding me of the stress that I'd already felt throughout my student career thus far. So I didn't even try college until later in life, not until like my late 20s. But the belief that I wasn't smart led me to people, experiences, jobs in my life that confirmed that identity about myself. It validated that for me. Your brain will validate your subconscious beliefs about yourself. Remember, your reticular activating system in your brain filters things out that don't align with your subconscious beliefs. So it's gonna seek out things that validate those things for you. So affect, my outer reality mirrored how I felt about myself. So people would talk down to me a lot, and it affected the way that I lived, which was in fear of sounding stupid or screwing something up. Every new task, I would get so nervous, and I would convince myself that I would screw it up to the point where I would. Again, your brain will validate those subconscious beliefs. That freaking subconscious mind, man. But honestly, one of the biggest problems that we all face in life is low self-worth. Of course, that stems from its own causes in itself, but we can actually start to categorize a lot of the effects in our lives by looking at our self-worth. So ask yourself, what do you feel you're really capable of achieving in life? What do you feel like you really deserve? Really, ask yourself. I'll wait. Just kidding. But if you've developed a pattern of not following your purpose in life, or you've been in a string of unhealthy relationships, or you've accepted jobs that just don't make you happy, then you may have low self-worth. Hate to break it to you, but there's at least room for improvement in that department, right? So as I say a lot, it's time to check in with yourself. Ask yourself things like, if I had some extra time in the day, what would I do with it? How can I make myself happy today? What new things can I try that will take me outside of this uncomfortable comfort zone and make me happier in the long run? Don't have time? You can make time. I know it's easy to say that you don't have time, but one, not doing something for you is helping to confirm that you don't deserve to be happy. Two, saying you don't have time is a limiting belief in itself. And three, that also suggests scarcity. So try and set aside at least an extra 20-30 minutes each day for yourself and do something that boosts your vibration. Doing things that you like doing raises your vibration. It's that simple. That's why I get up at about 4:30 in the morning. I'm not skipping my daily meditation, which raises my vibration, and I'm not blowing off the things that I like doing in the morning that make me feel productive. I'm not saying you have to wake up at 4:30, but it's helpful for me, and I look forward to my mornings now. But do more things for you. Self-care is so important. A lot of us were taught that thinking about ourselves is selfish or vain. But if we don't love, respect, and care for ourselves, how do we expect to get any of those things back from the outside world? Remember, it starts from within, that mirror. As above, so below, as within, so without. That's why we have emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, and those are sending you messages about the things around you. Follow that intuition more, and things in life will start changing for the better. By the way, thank you if you're still with me. I know I go on tangents, but if you haven't yet and you're enjoying this video, now is a great time to hit that like button, as well as that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the little bell icon. That way you stay updated, all that good stuff. Anyway, another example of the law of cause and effect would be your love life. I love talking about love and the laws of the universe because I feel like if people just knew how these laws governed our lives, and if we knew how to love ourselves, romantic relationships would be much easier to maintain. If we all just understood why we're wired the way that we are, and that we can change that wiring, so fewer breakups and divorces would occur. I feel like less cheating would be going on. It would change everything. Kind of a complex topic, but it's my belief. I believe that one of the main reasons that people cheat is that they subconsciously have that low self-worth paired up with a scarcity mindset, which is a recipe for self-sabotage. So some people who cheat may feel like the person that they're with won't stay with them for long, so their subconscious is telling them to start looking for someone else for when shit hits the relationship fan. People are so afraid of being alone with themselves, they feel like they need a security blanket, which would be another person in this example. Again, that's just what I think. I know that's not always the case, and it's a very complex topic, but understanding how the majority of humans are programmed, That's my theory. Take it or leave it. Even if there's no cheating involved, how come so many people are breaking up in this day and age? We were never taught to love and care for ourselves. They don't teach that in school, and they need to, because those subconscious voices in our heads create those neural pathways in our brains that dictate what decisions we'll make in certain scenarios. So, because we have low self-worth and don't love ourselves, those voices are suggesting that we sabotage our own happiness because we don't deserve it. So cause, we don't love ourselves, we self-sabotage. Effect, our relationships are failing. Crazy stuff. That's why you see so many videos and so many topics on rewiring your subconscious, because again, over time, these limiting self-beliefs have created pathways in your brain and you're running on autopilot. So those pathways are essentially your decision makers and you don't even know it. So go within, take some time to sit quietly by yourself so that you can hear that chatter that's going on in your brain, in your subconscious. And that's when you can make the decision to keep believing those things about yourself or not. Give yourself the power of choice. I cannot stress that enough. You'll feel less stuck and you'll feel far more in control of the things that you manifest. And on that note, I conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out till the end. I wanted to give as many common life examples as I could as far as how the law of cause and effect governs most of our lives, so I really hope this was helpful. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that like button, share this video, leave me a comment, all that good stuff. But thank you guys so much again for watching. I love you all so much. Please be safe, much love, and I'll see you next time.